Ayush sir will be with us very shortly. Till then, I would urge you to write your issues and concerns in the chat box so that we can start taking your questions and concerns one by one. I understand that this is about the prelims failure and how to cope with it and the strategy. So, of course, you filled your concerns in our Google form also, but I think for preparation, it's a good idea that you write your questions. All right. Good evening. Hello. Please write your questions. Sir is here. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, all of you. I have met most of you when we had this session for prelims failure. So we got a couple of people reply that, in fact, a large number of people replied that we have gotten through, but then we felt that why some people are still struggling. There is, at least in the prelim stage. So one is that, do we have anyone here? So we have a chat box before we begin. Can you just mention your name and the city that you're attending the session from, whether, and you wrote prelims was the last exam you wrote or the mains was the last exam you wrote. So for example, you can write Abhishek Sharma, mains 2025, or Ritu Kumari, prelims 2025, Patna. Can we use the chat box for just seeing your names? Can you just mention your name and city and your last exam? Shikhar, you wrote the mains examination. Prakriti Prakash, prelims. Anand, okay. Prelims. Bhupendra Arya. All right, wonderful. So I think we also had Rajkumar, who has written the mains examination. So few things is that for those, we will not be having a very long session, but those of you who are still stuck with the prelims examination, I just want to tell you 3-4 things, and that is the purpose. But before that, do we have Rajkumar here? I think he messaged, he has written the mains examination. So we wanted one person at least who had attended that session, and then he has cleared the mains exam. Rajkumar, are you there? Can you turn on your camera? Okay, I think I can see Rajkumar. Rajkumar, can you turn on your camera?
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So Rajkumar has written the mains examination. He's just written the mains right now. So Rajkumar, briefly, I will not take much of your time since this is for all the students who have not cleared the prelims. You were a part of that prelims failure seminar, and this year you have been able to clear it. Can you just in 5 minutes, just
last year prelims I had scored 66 marks in GS and 55 marks in CSAT. So CSAT was well prepared, but in first paper I realized it didn't went well. So I attempted CSAT paper half-heartedly. Lekin this time, sir, I have sincerely followed SFG level 2 simulator, and I have solved toolkit of polity, geography, and environment 3. Science and tech and history I was not able to do because of the time issue. So, and SFG and simulator has helped. Last year I attempted only 6 full length tests. This year 15. So this has changed. My marks range is around 90 to 110.
Okay. So that is a significant progress. So Rajkumar,
yeah, toolkit was the key.
Okay, for you the toolkit was the key, and I also understand that you had practiced a bit less last year. This year you were able to.
Yes, sir. Last year I had solved only SFG level 2 and full length test only 6.
Okay, what was your logic or reason for not going for SFG level 1?
Sir, last year though I didn't get. I was not aware about the first SFG level. Then my friend suggested me for the level 2. He had cleared the prelims in 2022 and 2023, so he had suggested me.
Okay.
Or this year I was confident enough that I have studied all, so I just have to solve SFG level 2. And main focus was the simulator.
Wonderful. Main focus was the simulator. Yes. So Rajkumar, any 3 key advices you would like to, 3 or 5 advice you would like
to? Sir, I want to about prelims. I want to say that you have to devote equal time for study and question solving. Question solving skill is more important rather than studying. So suppose that one is someone is studying for 6 hours, at least 4 to 5 hours, at least 2 to 3 months they will solve. Then they will get the many question comes direct from the PYQ, but in twisted form. So you will get from the idea ki how they are setting the option for the random questions. This was the thing.
All right. So wonderful. Any other learning with respect to the number of hours that you studied and the number of revisions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This time number of hours increased. Number of everything, sir. Everything I have improved. Number of test series. Our main was the ki I was studying at least 3-4 more hours as compared to last year. और एक्सपीरियंस भी हो जाता है तो वो भी काम करता है अपने फेवर में. लास्ट ईयर पेपर अटेम्प्ट करने में थोड़ा सा मिस्टेक हो गया था. आई हैड अटेम्प्टेड 99 क्वेश्चंस और टाइम भी मेरा बच गया था लास्ट में. फिर मैंने बबल भी भर दिया तो मैं कुछ नहीं कर पाया फिर लास्ट 10-15 मिनट में. उतना बच गया था.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. So I think we also have one more candidate. So thank you so much, Rajkumar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for all your time. You can step out now. At a short notice, I just saw your mail where you had said that I have cleared the exam. So I thought that, a brief so that other people who have been a part of the session know that one person among them has been able to do it. All right.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. All right. Okay, that is all. So Rajkumar, this session is only for the prelims people. So you may step out, and we are not taking anything for the respect to the mains or post mains. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Okay. Yeah. So all of you, as you've heard Rajkumar, say things. Those who have not cleared prelims and are still stuck at that stage, there are just 3-4 things we want to tell you. First is that, bacha log, how we have worked with a lot of people who have not cleared prelims and they have gone on to clear it after 7 years. I'm talking about extreme cases. So if they've gone on to clear it after the 7 years or something, it's like first reason is they don't know how much to study. Like what happens is that they think that I'm studying the hardest and I'm living like, sometimes there is what is called the frog in the well syndrome. That they think that I'm working very hard, I'm working the hardest, and therefore I should clear it. And so they are not aware of so by hard work, I mean few things. The first thing is the number of hours, and that matters. So what will happen is you will hear some fancy advice by some topper that, hours does not matter. So those are fancy things to say. All right. Everything matters. And sometimes remember that quantity is a measure of quality. Like somebody says, sir, I study very well. And how many hours do you study? The guy says 4 hours. It won't work out. And somebody may do it. But remember one very good line said by, I think the second last community meet, there's a student whom I often quote. Her name is Apala Mishra, rank 9. So when I asked her Apala, we have very less time in the community meet and you should not take more than 2 minutes. Even single digit rankers, so we were not able to give them that much time. She said very beautifully one thing, that make sure who your role models are. Don't choose a role model who simply says, I did nothing and I cleared the prelims and now he's your role model. That's the first thing. So with respect to the number of hours, you need to know that for the prelims exam, at least once, I'm not going to say that you have to study like that for the rest of your life or even for the mains, but at least once you will have to give anywhere between 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. The second thing which I want to tell you about prelims is that stop being a minimalist. By meaning a minimalist, the only thing that you need to be minimalist about is to the number of sources that you're going to refer to. Some people fail in the prelims exam because they are always looking for new ways to do things and new sources to study. So that's the only stage where you have to be a minimalist. Apart from that, this is, for example, he said that I was doing the toolkit and I was able to do 6 of them. Now some students says, ki sir, PYQ wala ya practice question wala? The correct answer is as many as you can. He said I was able to do 6 of them. Again, I'm saying you don't have to do, you have to try for 100%, but it's okay if you're doing it for, you're able to do only 70%. So don't have, see the size of your ambitions or the size of your desires. So, the size of your effort has to match the size of your desires and ambitions too. You want to crack India's most competitive examination where roughly 12,000 people will be selected, only 6,000 of them from the open category. And and with a very competitive group where people from all streams of life, the toppers from Delhi University to IITs to IIMs to doctors and whatnot is appearing in this exam. And then if you're going for effort minimalism, that which one to solve. I know somebody says, sir, how many questions POEQs we need to solve? And sometimes you'll hear toppers saying like 5th attempt. You ask them, what did you do? And they say, this time I solved PYQs and I cleared the prelims and hence I got rank 1. You hear it from rank 1s all the time. And you'll often wonder that why they did not do it before. So of all the excuses that you may have, one excuse you should not have in this little meeting of ours is that you did not know any better. You had one person who simply said he did 3 things. He did SFG level 1 and 2, he did prelims toolkit, and he did simulators. So one expectation I'm having from this group is that he has told what he has done, and at least that much should be finished by you. There cannot be any excuse or any reason as to why we are not able to do it. I think we also Shikhar Rajput from Bhopal. I have received one of your mails, Shikhar. So I think you've also written the mains examination. I'm not sure if you were in SFG, but definitely you were in that session because you responded to the mail.
Yes, sir, I was.
Oh, Shikhar, this is you. Okay. I thought I didn't relate your name. Okay, so yes, Shikhar has been a good student with us for some time.
Yes,
okay, we've seen him all the time in the center, so I didn't know it was you. Okay, I could not correlate. तुम यहाँ कैसे? You were in the center. How you were saying from MP? You are in MP right now?
I always give my exams from Bhopal. I prepare in Delhi.
Okay. You prepare in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. But I think that's okay. So what was your strategy, Shikhar, briefly, for clearing the
mains 2025 was my last attempt, 6th and last attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And sir, I have only cleared 2 prelims up till now. So I really don't know how to clear prelims. I just happen to clear prelims even when I clear it. So this time I followed your advice and I joined level 1 SFG also. In 2024, I just joined level 2 and I did it diligently with my friend Sachin. He is still in Delhi and he's appearing for Forest Means as well. So, and toolkit, PYQ, that's it. And this time I just had this approach that I could not sleep night before the prelims. So I had this approach that I'm definitely going to make errors. So I'm going to attempt as many as I can. And I also happened to watch that shorts by 𝐼𝐸 Sharma, in which he said that I decided I'm going to attempt all 100. And he used all those logics and I was like, same question I had not used logic. So I should do that. So this time by forum key, I was scoring around 87.6. So I still don't know like what my final marks are and how did I clear it, but I just happened to clear it. That's it, sir. But I just think that what you have always maintained in your session, that showing up every day, especially in those last tests of SFG level 2, where you have not slept as well, you're feeling irritated as well, but just showing up and appearing for the tests and working on your mistakes, that goes a long way. You don't even realize like how does it work.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. So great. Abhi to this session is not for, but thank you for coming and just sharing your brief. I've seen you so many times at the center. I remember you so well. So happy to see you. So wonderful. I think Shikhar has shared what he did, and I have met all these people because in some of those FRC sessions. Now all of you must have also have been part of SFG sessions. Few things I want to tell, as is the effort that we talked about. Now the second thing that I want to talk about is that having an early start, by which I mean to say that somewhere around December you must start for prelims. Sometimes it is falsely attributed to. Now ChatGPT says that it is a false attribution, but we grew up learning a famous quote from Sri Rabindranath Tagore, where he said that patriotism is the last resort of the scoundrel. So when somebody is good for nothing, somebody is a great, jisko kehte hain papi, and when he's left with nothing, then he only resorts to patriotism to save himself. Right? That he will say that, what are you? A criminal will resort, in the end he will say that I'm a patriot, I'm a nationalist, and he will, in the Nazi Germany, the way to survive Nazi Germany despite doing all crimes was you hail Hitler, right? So That was what used to happen. So similarly, one of the reasons why people don't clear prelims is because mains may not require such a strong resolve. In the mains examination, you are a product of number of years of education that you've had, plus how your mind works and how you've been, how well read you are. A lot of these things will be there. But what happens is in the mains prelims exam, you need a very strong resolution, which is why we have programs like, at the 7 a.m. and when people cannot see the road, they come to walk. The reason is that I can tell you we don't share this, but nearly 1/5 of people writing those SFG tests, they will at least, I'm telling you a very conservative figure, it may be twice as much at least. So nearly 1/5 of every fifth candidate who's from SFG program, they will write mains. That is how we get our students for the mains guidance program. I mean, that's how we started. So because nobody knew us, and even still right now, if you go to a college, so for example, when we have a webinar or a seminar for an interview preparation, I mean, we'll get a house full. We won't have students to sit, and there'll be some of them will be standing. When we have a seminar for for freshers, I mean, they don't know us because the advertising appropriately is not targeted well. Anyway, so my point is that that when it comes to the prelims examination, make sure that you start early and give it enough number of times. And a weakly resolved candidate will not be able to commit himself to prelims, because prelims is something that takes a lot of pressure, and your ability to succeed in prelims will depend, among other qualities, is to handle pressure. And the minute a student writing prelims gets pressure, just like as I said, patriotism is the last resort of the scoundrel. So similarly in civil services, optional is the last resort of the weakly resolved candidate. The minute he will get a problem, he will come to us in February saying, sir, wo sab to theek hai, PS hai, kaise kare? I am confident I will clear the prelims this time. Then you ask him, this is your which attempt? And he will say, it's my 5th attempt. Then you ask him, how many mains have you written with PSI? He says 0. But I still think I will clear prelims this time. And, something. So the minute you will get pressure, even right now I'm telling you, the minute you will get a pressure in December, January, February, you will resort to something. You will try to, your escape mechanism will try to push you towards something that is easier, that will conserve your energy. So do not be a weakly resolved candidate. Once you decide to do it, one of the ways how not to flunk in the prelims is by starting early. You start by December. You tell yourself, I'm a weaker candidate. The commission has given me a certificate saying not recommended. And that's a good enough document to premise your current preparation status. Your mentors do not know your true status. Your teachers may not know your true status. First, you truly know your true status, and your marks are only true indicator of your preparation. You can hide everything your parents, but deep inside you know your position. So therefore, please start early. Don't make a mistake. It doesn't happen in forum that somebody is showing up for two years showing up at forum and he's flunking. This won't happen. I will not allow this to happen. We will not allow this to happen. The mentors are there to ensure that somebody who comes to forum, no matter what, he's able to clear the exam in totality, and ideally at least not get stuck at foolish stages of prelims examination. Let us not make it is a troublesome stage of the examination, but let us not blow it out of proportion and make it so tough, because there are enough number of battles to be fought beyond that. Anything else, Sakshi ma'am, you would like to say? I'll continue thereafter.
Yes, sir. 2-3 things, with your permission, I'd like to share with the students. Mm-hmm. See, sir is very right in saying that it takes mental resolve. One of the first things that I need our students to do is stop lying to yourself. As he's saying, you can't make any excuses. You have to be very clear. Is it that it is a study problem or is it an application problem? We have to be careful. Number one, to ensure that you're covering the sources properly. SFG level 1 helps you realize that within the chapter that you're trying to study, be it history, geography, anything, what are the data points within it? You understand, in that entire chapter, there will be certain data points that we have to catch. Whether or not, while you are studying, you're able to see those points or not. That is the first iteration of SFG. Then the second iteration has to be that if you realize, these are the things that I have to study, now do I remember it or not? Do you see? That's why it takes 2 iterations. That's why you have to do it at least twice the entire syllabus. Now, after those things have been done, after you have that threshold level of information in your mind, you're able to carry that information. The second step after that, the process-wise, is that we have to be very clear about the fact that prelims is like mental maths. What that means is that they're going to give you a question. What you understand from it has to be accurate. We have to have correct comprehension of the question, and we have to realize whether, the meaning that you derive from that question and the meaning that I would derive from that question, is it similar or not? Right? So that is the application part. That is why we require practice. Are you taking, cognizance? Are you taking care to realize the entire options, the entire question or not? That is why it has to be both questions and your preparation. So SFG has to operate in that way. And when it comes to the point of now, can you do everything together? Remember what you studied, follow strategy, look at the question, everything. Then is the role of the full length test. That is why it has to operate in this phased manner. And that's why sir is saying that we must take the time. We begin in December so that by late January, you're able to finish your first round. Then a little bit of break, then another round. So it is natural that such time is required. Prelims is tough enough that we follow things like that. All right. Plus, it is also very important for you to analyze the test that you're giving. It's not as if you write SFG, you write any test for that matter, and then you let it be and never go back to it. You must look after your mistakes. And that is where students come to us to discuss these issues, that perhaps I keep making this type of silly mistake, or in this particular subject, my performance is good or bad. Right? So that's why we have to take these things into account and formulate our strategy accordingly. Yes, sir. Please.
Now, third thing that I would want to say with respect to the prelims examination is that one of the reasons why, again, we may not find success in the exam. See, you need to clear the prelims exam once to fully understand, fully have your books underlined so that you can prepare it in less time. So one reason, again, what will happen is when I speak to students to prepare for prelims, there will be two stages. One is either they overestimate the difficulty of the exam or they underestimate it. So sometimes they take so many steps that is not needed. So they try to kill a cockroach with a nuclear bomb. They try to do so many things for prelims that they will fail at doing those things, and then they will fail in the exam. And the other times is they will underestimate it. By which I mean to say is the minute they start getting one good score in a test series, they start, now I know what is to be done. We understand that civil services preparation and prelims is a process of self-discovery, where you will discover your own potentials and you will improve. But the problem that happens is sometimes the minute you see some improvement, you become so overjoyed at times that you think that now I know. So just for example, if Raj was there solving the prelims toolkit and he found some success in doing SFG level 1, he was not with the attitude that now I know what is to be done and now let me not do level 2 or let me not do simulators. You have to complete the whole process. You have to complete the whole cycle. So you have to have that clarity, that don't have eureka moments, that overexcited. And this also happens when sometimes the benchmark that we have for hard work or success is very low. This can happen because you have not been in good company, where you have not been in a place where people study a lot. Sometimes this can happen. You may have a strong academic background. You may have studied in the best places, but it may happen because you have seen failure such that now your benchmarks have changed. So I know that a lot of people will begin with, just by taking Rajkumar's advice, they will begin with the prelims toolkit, but they will not finish it. They will not even do 70%. They will do half of it. They will see some gains. They will be so happy that they will simply like to test themselves in the exam. And then when they flunk it, they want to do something else. So don't be the kid who simply, I would want that don't make just first order efforts. There are second order and third order efforts. Right. Then the fourth thing that I would want to talk about is that your whole preparation has to be premised in such manner that you must be ready to write full-length papers from March. I repeat, you should be you may be doing SFG level 2, but you must be writing full-length papers from first week of March itself. Some people, what they do is, when you tell them, they will say that, sir, I'll start my preparation for Feb or March. I said, Array, that is the time when you should be only doing revisions and maybe current affairs. Current affairs may begin with March. I have no problem with that. But then what should be the case that the static should be done, dusted, closed, and now you should be having the nth revision and doing full length papers from March. Have this deadline. Don't begin from your preparation from February, March. Finish your prelims preparation by March and just do full length papers. That is the stage you have to reach. If we don't reach that stage, we will again see the same problem. All right. Next is that some of you who may not be having a good circle or a good company, and some of you, so what you will end up doing is that the whole year, and especially if you're preparing from a different city, or even in Rajendra Nagar, now there is a problem of misguidance or whatever is the case. See, you have to understand civil services is largely and a lot about the static part, especially the prelims exam. And the static will have anywhere a weightage between minimum weightage will be 60% and maximum weightage will be 80-90%. But what happens is those of you who can't study, or the minute you have the problem that the minute you get strain on your mind, दिमाग पे थोड़ा भी stress पड़ रहा है, then you simply want to jump the boat and you simply want to find something easy like current affairs and say, ma'am, current affairs kahan se kare? And so what I want from you is please make sure that your static is done. Don't sing the, which I think Brunal Patel sir says na कि पिपुड़ी बजाते हैं current affairs की साल भर. This happens in tier 2, tier 3 cities जहाँ पर there is no guidance, where people are preparing for constable, daroga, sipahi and everything, and they are reading n number of current affairs magazine. Now that is no longer the practice, but maybe 10 years back when we used to prepare, I remember people used to listen to BBC in Mukherjee Nagar in the name of UPSC preparation. So don't do that. Focus on your book, focus on the statics. The easiest way to do current affairs is follow any one compilation. If you need more aid than that, Forum has a very good current affairs program, especially for the prelims. It is wonderful. I have so many students who have cleared prelims through the current affairs program. And do that. There will be few classes, 2 or 3 classes every week, starting from the first week of February or March. And that is when the time, please do that. Don't overstay. So if you come to me in the month of March and say, sir, my static is done and current is left, I'll embrace you and I'll say, please come on board. I'll make sure you'll clear the prelims. On the other hand, if you come and say in the month of March that, sir, my current is ready. And I say, what is not ready? And you say, sir, static is not done. Then I'll say that let us meet for 2027. There's no resort to it. And lastly, I'd also say, see, I'll tell you how Forum thinks and how Forum works. See, Forum has a very simple method of making students, helping students clear the prelims exam. The shortest cut method, or both the mains exam also. So, and it is not the most expensive, though you may be comparing it with maybe EdTech platforms. So we don't compare like that because EdTech does not have an accountability to the student. But I'll simply say the easiest method to do is you simply follow SFG and top in it. Be among the toppers, you will definitely clear the prelims, and same with answer writing focus group. You do that, you will be sorted out. Right, that is good enough. Now, if at all you feel that you need more, and sometimes you need more, then you would do SFG plus basically simulator test series. That is what is needed minimum, and similarly AWFG plus mains guidance program. If you need further help than that for the mains examination, you do GSAT. There are so many students who have done that. And for the prelims, if you think that agar nahi pick up ho raha, see some people will pick up, some people will take time. That is all that happens. It's not that people simply don't do anything. Some people pick up and some people take time. So if you're taking time, then you do classes. This year we have a wonderful student, Lisa, and she could not, I was not able to understand why she was not able to clear the prelims. She was doing SFG, but she was not topping it. So she said, sir, I'm not able to top the SFG, so my confidence decreases. So she was doing prelims preparatory classes, PRRC, then a prelims rapid revision classes, and she's written the mains. So then you can do that. And then, so this is what you can do, and that is good enough again to clear. You may be able to pick up that. And lastly, as a last resort, what we have is if you have troubles clearing the prelims exam, then we have the SFG residential program. So where the benefit, there is nothing different. If you can replicate the whole discipline sitting in your houses, but if you think that you are doubtful, there is nothing much different. Simply what happens is that there is a campus and you are having a library, you are having a closed group and everybody is competing and there's a mess. So you don't have time to waste. You are simply living in a simple campus with all the amenities, basic amenities that is there. And there is intense competition. So you're studying because others are studying. So everybody is studying till 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the library. So that kinds of, there's a peer motivation. That is what happens. And I'd even share that. Let me see if I have. I think, can you see the screen or some testimonial I've shared?
Oh, yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. So, for example, this candidate, she did have trouble with respect to the prelims. Oh, ये सब SFG के through ही इन्होंने किया, and the first, so they are all selected right now. So the whole thing is begun with a simple message. I wanted to know if SFG residential results have come, or even Abhishek Sharma. So this candidate has 156 ranks, Zini Arora. And there is Abhishek. So they have come for the FRC program as a last resort. So these are the candidates who have, he secured a rank 38. And this is the candidate who we think is a very, our big achievement. So this candidate was doing SFG and we were not able to figure out why she did not clear it. So we called her for the residential SFG residential. So in the residential, this candidate qualified prelims for the first time, 5 attempts in 7 years. So she cleared the prelims, she cleared the mains, she appeared for the interview, but has not been able to, she may get through in the reserve list or, but have missed maybe 8 or 9 marks is what has stopped her. And we expect that she'll be clearing it this year. That is what the expectation is. So this is how people have done. It all started with a single message. You may have seen them as toppers, right? Abhishek Sharma is rank 38 or senior. So they have always, and these people like Abhishek did not clear prelims and then he clears both civils and forest cutoff and then also clears the mains, goes on to appear. He did not appear for the interview because he had already gotten rank 38 in civil services. So they all had trouble clearing prelims and they all cleared the prelims by just working hard. There has been no other, shortcut, So all of you just try to do this and remember your deadline. If at all you have never cleared the prelims examination before, the deadline is December. Why I say December is because it takes us 15-20 days at least to have the change in mode. If I tell January, I know you'll do it in February. And by that time, the battle will be lost. But if I tell you in December, by December and or by first week of January or by last week, at least you'll be at least in the mental framework of the prelims examination. The last thing that I want to say before I end the session is that, see, don't defeat the purpose of any mentorship or any good advice. That is, एक तो पहले तो कोई अच्छी एडवाइस मिल रही हो जीवन में तो ले लेना चाहिए, ठीक है? कोई है ना, तो कोई ले लेना चाहिए, कोई उसमें मतलब नहीं तो फिर यू रिग्रेट इट ऑल योर लाइफ. ऐसा भी जीवन में बाद में पता चलेगा. दूसरी चीज ये कि do not be a part of either one of those gang members or be any student affected by such. The minute there will be people around you, the minute you start studying for mains, they will tell you that what is the point of studying for mains if you are not able to clear prelims. And the minute you study for prelims, they will tell you what is the point of study for prelims if you can't clear. If main thing is if you don't have good mains preparation. They'll keep telling you this. Mains key preparation you have not done. What is the point of clearing prelims? And you will meet such people who have never cleared the prelims. They will be roaming around in Rajendra Nagar and other places, and they'll keep telling that I did not get through prelims, but I'm happy about it. And you'll ask them why you are happy. Then he will say something stupid like that I'm happy because my mains preparation was not there, and I'm happy that I did not clear the prelims, because if I had cleared the prelims, I definitely would not clear the mains. And if I did not clear the mains, then I would be more unhappy. So that is why I'd be further sad. I would cry more. So therefore, I'm happy that I'm not. So don't get into such stupid logics. I'm sure that this group is a part of students who attended the Prelims Failure 2024 session. So I'm sure that you have had those experiences and you have come, उससे आगे बढ़ गए हो. ठीक है? So है ना? तो थोड़ा सा इन चीजों को ठीक से करें. And whatever it takes to clear the exam, you do it. In the end, one is that nobody will ask you what you did because it will not matter. Everybody will ask you what happened. No matter what you do, no matter what you don't do, nothing will matter 5 years from right now. Even if you came to Delhi, it would not matter. If you did not come to Delhi, it would not matter. What will matter is the result. Unfortunate side. The second thing is that that whatever you have to do it now. Do not be a minimalist. That don't be a candidate who probably, who is always an OT case, which means that he comes so late that now there is nothing to be done. We always see like that, people coming always after 4th attempt and 5th attempt. So sometimes, this year Shakti Dubey is there with rank 1 in her 5th attempt. But then from what I remember, the brief conversation I have after the 4th attempt, as in the 4th attempt for the interview preparation, that was the time she moved. and after that she was there in Delhi. Otherwise, and after first attempt, she had gone back to Allahabad. What I'm saying is, whatever you need to do, if you need to move out of your house, move to Delhi, whatever it takes, you do. Don't be the person sitting like a couch potato, like the frog in a boiling water. So you put a frog in a water and then you heat the water, the frog won't jump because it does not feel the heat so much. And then what happens is, by the time the water becomes too hot, it is not able to jump. So that is how, you boil a frog. Don't be that frog. जो करना है सो करो. और एक चीज की, ये जो बच्चे जिसका भी स्क्रीनशॉट या whatever is being shared, so they have cleared it by hard work. They are not toppers. I also shared you screenshots of people who only cleared the prelims, or they are not. But what they have done is, my reason for telling you this is that the way you think about UPSC exam, the way you think about coaching institutes, about teachers and mentors, is very different from how you think when you have not cleared the prelims, when you're not in the game, and it is very different. It will drastically change once you write the mains examination or appear for the interview. You will have your grievances, but then the nature of grievances will be very different. And you'll be able to better appreciate the exam as well as the process. Otherwise, if you're stuck at this stage, then, so Chetan Kumar, prelims toolkit, both PYQ and practice. Yes, of course, both PYQ and practice. You only do practice. So having said that, I would just want to call out the names and I would want to ask what's going on. So we have Prakriti Prakash. Prakriti, you can turn on your camera. In fact, all of you turn on your camera. If we can turn on our cameras, then why not you, Prakriti? How are things going? And where are you? Which stage are you stuck right now, Bacha?
Good evening, sir. I'm in Delhi NCR and I'm stuck at the prelim stage. It was my second attempt. I had no idea about SFG, so this time I got to know it when I attended your session. So that is how I got to know about the prelims event and everything.
Okay, fair enough. If at all you feel that you're not able to pick up SFG, because you for picking up doing well in SFG you will have 200. I would say 20% every fifth candidate is selected, but the point is, उसमें से बगैर सारे selected बच्चे ही रहेंगे. It's so crucial. So,
Sir, I'm planning on joining the SFG residential program because I feel the lack of peer study and everything. So I was just wondering when are we going to apply for that and other forms?
I think it has already started. Just that we have a problem that race stations. The problem issue is that women, all the seats are taken actually. For women, we have like 40% of the seats are there for women and 60% are seats for men. So women के लिए normally because we get better results from women most of the times because वो सुनते हैं थोड़ा अच्छे से, नहीं तो कुछ सुनते हैं कुछ तो नहीं सुनते हैं, तो है ना, तो थोड़ा सा उसमें है, तो उसमें जो भी करना जल्दी करना. बट मेरा ये कहना है कि जो करना है कर लो. The world will not ask you what you did or what you did not do and why you did or why you did not do. The world will simply remember the result.
Right.
And also I believe that it sets the base or the bar for you. And that bar is low, then there is a problem. क्योंकि फिर उसके बाद जीवन में आगे बढ़ना. बच्चे देखो एक चीज समझो, हम सब एक जैसे होते हैं 9th 10th के आसपास ना, किसी के 80%, किसी के 90, किसी के 10. आप में से कई सारे ऐसे होंगे जिनके 90 भी होंगे इस ग्रुप में. एक दो हैं ऐसे बच्चे, तो वो सब बराबर रहेंगे. उसके बाद क्या होगा ना, +2 will happen and then the worst thing that happens is college. And college के बाद somebody, the whole gap starts. Somebody is the collector and somebody is typist. Both of them with 10 CGPA. It can happen. I have seen that happen. And it's very painful. So the whole game will become that where, the pursuit of excellence, whether it happened or not. ये हो जाता है. Then we have Radhika Narula, the second candidate. Yes, बोलो Radhika.
Good evening, sir. Sir, अभी सर मैंने अपना I gave my second attempt and I failed prelims. So I mean I enrolled in B.Ed program in CIE. So abhi right now I am focusing completely on my prelims preparation because I did my PSIR test series and I mean GS test series पूरा कर लिया था पिछले साल. I was hoping to clear, but I think I have missed it by margin. This is what my analysis is. So I am focusing on the prelims preparation because December and November my exams will start. I may not get time. So that is why I was starting this, from this time only. But sir, I had a doubt, like there were some people who were suggesting me not to give the exam in May because May again I'll have my next semester exam. But I was thinking that I should attempt the next year's exam. I mean, what would you suggest, sir?
So I will not have a suggestion. Your marks will have a suggestion for you. All right. When you're writing SFG, I'll tell you a basic test. You must get multiple times under 100 rank.
Okay.
To clear. So two things are there. One is that you may not get and somebody will say कि हो जाएगा. ठीक है. तो एक तो पहले ही कि the chances are less, but हो सकता है कि शायद ही हो जाए. तो पहले तो that marks itself will tell, and on that basis you decide. Second is that largely if you're going to have your examination in May, you are going to have your exam in May. See, prelims does not, again, let me tell you about some students who have selected in IPS and IITS and they have not cleared prelims this time. So if you ask them, if I get a class full of them, those who have cleared again after getting into a service and those who have not cleared after getting a rank, then the difference will be that the ones who did not get through were the ones who did not have the focus. What may happen is कि एक बार list में आने के बाद none of them studied, but the ones who did not focus on prelims, they failed. The ones who were like a little afraid, कुछ कर रहे थे, they were not doing everything, but they had the focus on prelims, they cleared. So my concern will be that, see, prelims is a decently tough exam. So if at all you have a doubt, if your attention is going to be divided, then at least have one win. Winning is important. Winning is important for psychology. It shouldn't be कि आपने B.Ed program या जो भी आपका masters है, वो भी compromise हुआ और ये भी compromise हुआ. There is nothing like, when you don't have two wins, it's not that you have two wins. I mean, that's not the problem. You have two failures.
Okay.
And when there is more than one failure, what do you have? You have a family of failures. You can deal with one. You can't deal with the family.
Okay.
Right? So they will kind of they will mutilate all your motivation.
Okay.
And Sakshi ma'am, like to add something?
Yes, sir. Radhika, I must tell you कि देखो, whether or not you should give prelims. Sir is saying कि एक तो marks बताएंगे. Second thing is कि जब भी prelims pass आएगा, then you will be in a position to judge exactly what dates are there for your exam, कितनी तैयारी हुई है, how far are you. But for that, अभी you have to study hard. अभी मेहनत करेंगे तब accumulate होगा ना वो सब. तो पता बाद में चलेगा, लेकिन अभी आपको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. So your decision, मतलब the outcome right now is that we don't know for sure अभी, but वो decision बाद में लेने के लिए अभी मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. You get me? That is the idea.
Yes, it is Anant Pratap Singh.
So thank you.
Gorakhpur. You can turn on your camera and see something.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You
Sir,
can turn on your camera? No.
I have turned it on.
Okay, we cannot. बोलो अभी क्या चल रहा है? हाँ, now we can see you.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Sir, I appeared for this time. This was third attempt, but unable to clear prelims yet. Last year, I skipped my attempt also to do it holistically, but I have not been completely disciplined. So do it all. Other than that, was doing my distance learning and messed up things. Means doing multiple things and messed up everything. Not doing properly, sir. Okay,
Anand, see, remember what happens is now that discipline is sometimes courses are technically sold, but what is not sold is discipline. I'll repeat, courses and knowledge may be sold for the civil services examination. Every mentor will tell you, but what is not really sold is discipline. How can you see this exam? I mean, 33, if 33% is your knowledge base, 33% is your skill set, and the exam, 33% will be the discipline. So it's a given. I mean, it's a given thing. If you're a sports person and even if it is not a very intensive sport, fitness is a prerequisite. So a sports person should have problems like I'm not able to throw javelin because I have a problem in my shoulder. Right? This is the kind of question he should be having. These are the kind of problems he should be having, that I cannot throw javelin because I have a shoulder, or I have a tennis elbow or something, or I do not know whether to hold the javelin like this or where to. He cannot have problems like I'm a sports person, I'm a javelin thrower, but I cannot run, I cannot keep fit. He cannot have a fitness problem. It's like, ये वैसी बात है कि then he is not a sports person. Then he will forget Olympics. Then he simply throws sticks in the air. It is saying something like that I'm a great actor, I'm a hero, I want to have I want to have a 100 crore film, but मेरा problem है कि gym नहीं जा सकता हूँ. तो फिर you have to go back to 70s and become संजीव कुमार. Right? It is a pre-given कि अगर फिल्म में तुमको हीरो का रोल मिल रहा है, तो सुबह क्या 2 टाइम तुम जिम जा रहे होगे शायद. उसी तरह से इस एग्जाम के लिए वो एकदम मान के चलो कि डिसिप्लिन एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स इज अ प्रीरिक्विजिट, उसके बिना होना जाना नहीं है. सो surround yourself with people who motivate you and who are disciplined. एक models try to have them अपने आसपास. मैं डांट नहीं रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं आपको ये समझा रहा हूँ कि मतलब दैट इज द होल डील. मतलब इफ यू साइन, फॉर एग्जांपल मुझे फिल्म में हीरो बनना है, तो मतलब पहले से है कि डायरेक्टर से ये टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन नहीं होगा कि आपको फिट रहना डायरेक्शन. वो मान के चल रहा है कि जिस दिन मुझे उस फिल्म के हीरो को लिए बनाया गया, उस दिन से मुझे आई हैव टू गेट इनटू शेप. ठीक है. या अगर मुझे पता चला कि ओलंपिक्स में मुझे ही सेलेक्ट कर दिया गया, देयर इज नोबडी एल्स, तो उस दिन से मेरी फिटनेस इज अ प्रीरिक्विजिट, है ना. तो इन चीजों को समझिए. जैसे कोई टीचर है, उन्होंने कहा मैं करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ाऊंगा, तो इट इज अ प्रीरिक्विजिट की जिस दिन क्लास में आए हैं उस दिन सुबह का भी एक बार पढ़ा हुआ होना चाहिए. मतलब ये मैं नहीं बोलूंगा, दैट इज द, वो मतलब उसमें बोलने की बात नहीं है. दैट इज इट इज अ गिवन. इट इज मतलब उसमें मेरे somebody says कि सर मैं करंट अफेयर्स की क्लास लूंगा फोरम में, तो मेरा एक्सपेक्टेशन है सबसे पहले पूछूंगा हेडलाइन क्या है, अगर वो नहीं पता है देन ही इज नॉट अ करंट अफेयर्स टीचर. तो हर प्रोफेशन, हर काम का, आप सिविल सर्विसेज एस्पिरेंट हो तो या तो डिसिप्लिन लाओ या ऐसी जगह जाओ जहां पर डिसिप्लिन रहे. या आप लोग एसएफजी करे हुए हो, एसएफजी का पर्पस आप सुनना. बहुत लोगों ने वीडियो देखो, हम लोग सब अलग अलग चीजें देखेंगे, अलग अलग चीज. आप देखोगे कि 2023 का रिजल्ट या 22 का कभी था, हाँ 22 का होगा. यस. सो इफ यू हियर दैट यू नो, सो जब से रिंगिंग बेल पहली बार बेल बजाया था, तो मैंने पूछा एसएफजी ठीक से करते थे. देन उस समय लॉकडाउन का समय चल रहा था, उस साल लॉकडाउन हुआ था, पहले तो कोविड के कारण और उसके पोल्यूशन के कारण. तो इशिता विल से यस सर एवरी डे एट 7 AM हम लोग रहते थे. तो इशिता भी थी, उसमें रैंक 4 स्थिति मिश्रा भी थी, शायद मुझे जहां तक याद है वो ऑफलाइन मोड में थी. ठीक है. साक्षी मैम उनकी मेंटर रह चुकी हैं. मेरा ये कहना है कि वो सब गिवन है. मतलब मैं ये भी बता दूं, इफ यू आर वांट टू नो द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ इट, तो मैं एक सीक्रेट बता देता हूँ कि एसएफजी 7 बजे करते हैं, तो उससे मैं ये भी, अगर मैं डेटा निकालूंगा तो उससे 50% सेलेक्ट, 50 तो नहीं 40% तो जरूर हो जाएगा सिलेक्शन प्रीलिम्स में. उसका रीजन ये नहीं कि बहुत अच्छा है एसएफजी, उसका रीजन ये है कि जो 7 बजे टिक गया उतने दिन, वो ऐसे भी उसमें डिसिप्लिन है, या डिसिप्लिन अगर नहीं है तो हो जाएगा. तो वो ऐसे ही रिजल्ट निकाल लेगा. मतलब मेरी मेंटरशिप या गाइडेंस की भी जरूरत नहीं है, मैं आपको ऐसे बता दूं. ठीक है. तो उसकी भी जरूरत नहीं है. और इफ आई मे शेयर, मैं लेवल ऑफ, और एक दो चीज में और भी आई मे वांट टू शेयर, मैं देखता हूँ.
सो तब तक मैं इनको एक चीज और बता दूं.
यस प्लीज प्लीज.
कि ना, इट इज अ वेरी ब्रेव थिंग टू से कि नहीं मुझसे डिसिप्लिन नहीं होता. दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ, मतलब यू मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द सॉल्यूशन, बट यू हैव टू बी वेरी मतलब कॉग्निजेंट कि हाँ देखो कंपटीशन उन्हीं का है जो सुबह 7 बजे उठ के मेहनत कर ले रहे हैं. तो इसका मतलब नाउ दैट यू रियलाइज द प्रॉब्लम, यू स्टार्ट टेकिंग स्टेप्स टू फिक्स द प्रॉब्लम. कि अगर अकेले मुझसे डिसिप्लिन नहीं हो रहा, तो देन टू गेट डिसिप्लिन व्हाट एम आई गोइंग टू डू, है ना. यू हैव टू मेक योरसेल्फ अनकंफर्टेबल, कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर. एज एडल्ट समटाइम्स ये होता है कि ना खुद से डांट, देयर इज नोबडी टू स्क्रीम एट यू, वी थिंक कि हाँ इट्स ओके, बट यू हैव टू टेल योरसेल्फ नो इट्स नॉट ओके, पुश योरसेल्फ. और अगर नहीं कोई डांटेगा ना, यू कम टू अस, मैं डांटूंगी.
डिसिप्लिन इन द सेंस ये था कि मतलब मल्टीपल थिंग्स एक साथ करने, मतलब काम तो जो करता हूँ सारा करता हूँ, लेकिन जिसे स्पेसिफिकली जो करना पता हमारा टारगेट क्या है और उसके लिए जो चाहिए वो नहीं. बाकी दूसरा चीज भी करता हूँ, वो भी उसी के साथ करता हूँ, लेकिन फिर एक उसकी जरूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे, जिससे कि बताया कि लेकिन वो एग्जाम में काम नहीं आएगा जो दूसरा मास्टर्स कर रहे हैं कुछ.
इससे जो कोर्स करेक्शन है ना, जैसे 3 दिन गड़बड़ हुआ, तो यू गो आस्क समवन हू नोस. इसीलिए मेंटरशिप है कि आप जाके पूछिए कि मैम ये गड़बड़ हो रहा है, इससे पहले कि सारा वक्त जाहिर हो जाए, बिफोर यू लूज ऑल ऑफ योर टाइम ना, फाइंड समवन हू कैन पुट यू ऑन द राइट कोर्स. ऐसा है ना. सो
यस. और एक चीज और, आई अगेन वुड वांट टू शेयर दिस. देखो कई बार क्या होता है कि एक चीज आपको ये भी समझना पड़ेगा कि अनंत की कम चीजें करनी है. जो चीजें करनी है ना, वो कम चीजें करनी है. मतलब लेकिन उसमें एक्सेल करना है. नोबडी हैज टू बी एबल टू बीट यू. आई टेल यू दिस कन्वर्सेशन, कभी इसका देखना, 2 बच्चे हैं, एक कलकत्ता का और एक गाजियाबाद का. तो वी आर हैविंग जस्ट ए कॉफी टेबल कन्वर्सेशन, कभी इसका देखना. तो ही इज माय एथिक्स. अभी कल मेरी एथिक्स की क्लास शुरू हो रही है, तो मैं देख रहा था. दिस इज शिखर. ठीक है. नाउ यू सी व्हाट इज द लास्ट मैसेज. इफ एनीबडी कैन रीड, हेलो सर, कैन समबडी रीड इट आउट इफ इट इज बीइंग शेयर्ड. आई थिंक
हेलो सर, 4th अटेम्प्ट साइकिल एंड्स, एसएफजी लिखना छोड़ दिया है मैंने, रैंक 171.
so he has gotten IAS this time. He was, and he has gotten 134 marks in ethics. So ethics का मेरा student है, इसलिए मैं इसे अच्छे से जानता हूँ. तो मेरा ये कहना है, so I asked him and I called him कि आप समझ लो ये इंटरव्यू दे रहा है, उसके साथ SFG लिख रहा है, सिर्फ 1 हफ्ते की छुट्टी ली है SFG से. He said 2 very good things. He said कि the first time I came, तो मुझे लगा कि कौन है, तो मेरे बगल में there was a girl sitting. Out of curiosity I saw the name and then I googled it. And I found that she's an IPS officer and she's writing at 7 AM. तो मुझे समझ में आया कि मतलब ये IPS होकर अगर ये लिख रही है तो मेरे में क्या लेजीनेस है कि मैं ना लिखूं. ये उसने बोला है, टॉक में देख लेना, we are just having across the table a conversation. और he is very animated. दूसरी चीज जो उसने बोली कि I have a friend and I told him कि भाई prelims नहीं हो रहा है तो आकर कर लो तमिल से. And then this my friend does not do it. मैं इंटरव्यू दे रहा हूँ, आई एम अपियरिंग फॉर द इंटरव्यू, मैं लिख रहा हूँ SFG, 1 हफ्ते की छुट्टी ली इंटरव्यू की और इंटरव्यू के बाद भी दे रहा हूँ. और जिस दिन तक रिजल्ट आया है ना, उस दिन सुबह है, उस दिन सुबह मैंने दिया है. और उस दिन सुबह की भी बात बता देता हूँ, सुबह जिस दिन रिजल्ट आया है उस दिन सुबह SFG पे हुआ ही है. PYQ की क्लास हो रही थी. जीनिया अरोड़ा हैड डन दैट क्लास इन FRC ऑलरेडी, वो रेजिडेंशियल कोचिंग में क्लास कर चुकी थी. और जब ओरिएंटेशन हो रहा था उस दिन, तो आई सॉ हर इन द क्लास. मैंने कहा अब ये क्यों आए हैं, अब तो इनका इंटरव्यू हो चुका है. वो उससे में भी PYQ क्लास करने आई है दोबारा. एंड शी सेड कि सर आज रिजल्ट आने वाला है. और 2 घंटे, इसलिए सबसे पहला रिजल्ट आपने देखा होगा जीनिया अरोड़ा का, रिंगिंग द बेल, बिकॉज शी वाज देयर, उस समय सेंटर पे ही थी. तो मैंने कहा आप आ जाइए थोड़ा. सुबह सुबह जिसमें ओरिएंटेशन लेगा, मैं देखा ये तो सही वही पुराने बच्चे हैं, ये तो देख सके इंटरव्यू वाले हैं, ये क्यों क्या कर रहे हैं. तो मेरा ये कहना है कि लोग करते हैं, यू हैव टू बी जस्ट अवेयर ऑफ इट. तो जहां और अपने आसपास एक अच्छा ग्रुप रखो. और गोरखपुर से बच्चे सेलेक्ट होते हैं, ठीक है, गोरखपुर से हर साल, यू नो देयर आर पीपल. यस सलोनी, वेयर आर यू बच्चा, यू वांट टू शेयर समथिंग. बाकी एवरीबॉडी कैन मेक योरसेल्फ म्यूटेड. सलोनी शर्मा इज देयर फ्रॉम जयपुर. ओके, भूपेंद्र आर्य, यू वांट टू से समथिंग.
Good evening, sir.
यस गुड
Good evening,
इवनिंग.
ma'am.
यस, वेयर आर यू. हाँ बोलो बच्चे, वेयर आर यू. अच्छा, यू रिटन द मेंस एग्जामिनेशन.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अच्छा, यू रिटन. अच्छा ठीक है. प्रीलिम, यू नो प्रॉब्ली आगे जो है गलती नहीं करनी है. प्रीलिम्स कैसे
Yes,
मिस
sir.
हुआ
Sir, I think it was like
उस वक्त कैसे. हाँ
thinking.
बोलो.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I followed the whole process. I have joined foreign PTS in 24 also. For 2024 also, I cleared. For 25 also, after just the mains are completed, in October only I started MGP and foreign PTS for 2025 attempt. So that in order, if I didn't make it in 2024, तो 2025 ऐसा चला जाए. उसके बाद सर इन द प्रीलिम्स व्हाट हैपेंड वाज लाइक
अभी आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. अभी सबसे पहले भूपेंद्र, व्हाट अभी अभी वी आर सिटिंग इन द मंथ ऑफ अक्टूबर राइट नाउ.
यस सर.
सो व्हाट इज द करंट चैलेंज इन यू प्रिपरेशन. अभी पढ़ाई ठीक से हो रही है या अभी हम फिर से
Yes, sir.
चल रही है.
Yes, sir. I'm religiously following the forum test schedules and I'm doing all the on time. Today भी एक टेस्ट था सर सुबह, तो मैं वो भी देके आया. तो मतलब सर अब आई थिंक इट्स जस्ट मैटर ऑफ टाइम. आई थिंक मैं इसमें आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम माय एंड. सो यस सर. सो पढ़ाई अच्छी हो रही है सर.
बस, और इस अगला पढ़ाई अच्छे से हो रही है. और जब भी प्रीलिम्स का समय, प्रीलिम्स इज वन स्टेज. मैं अभी भी कहूंगा कि अगर डाउट है तो दिसंबर, जनवरी, फरवरी में प्रीलिम्स एक बार पढ़ लो. उसके बाद लेवल 1 करना हो कर लो, लेवल 2 नहीं करना हो ना करना. बिकॉज वंस यू डू लेवल 1 you will know whether you need level 2 or not. Whereas what happens is when some people say that मैं level 2 ही करूंगा, that's a problem for me. क्योंकि level 2 के बाद समझ में आएगा कि level 1 करना था. Now what do we do? है ना.
Yes sir. Sir, yes sir.
हाँ बोलो भूपेंद्र.
Yes sir. Actually sir, I found PTS more helpful for my preparation. तो मैं PTS में हूँ सर ऑलरेडी. हाँ जी. तो मेरे को उससे हो जाता है सर. मेरा स्कोर उसमें 100+ आ जाता है. Yes sir.
सलोनी is there. Saloni is back, I think. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. सलोनी शर्मा, where are you?
Yes sir.
You raise your hand. Yes.
Sir, it was my second attempt and I'm aiming for multiple exams currently sir. तो सर जितना मैंने एनालाइज करा तो मैं शायद इस टाइम बॉर्डर लाइन पे थी. जो जीएस का और सीसैट के अंदर मैं बॉर्डर लाइन के ऊपर ही थी, तो मुझे जो मेरी मिस्टेक्स लगती है मैंने कंसोलिडेट नहीं करा था सब चीजों को, व्हाट वाज इम्पोर्टेंट। और ये प्रॉब्लम मैं अभी इसमें आंसर राइटिंग फोकस ग्रुप में भी हूँ, और ये प्रॉब्लम मुझे यहाँ पे भी आ रही है। ऐसा नहीं है कि टॉपिक मुझे नया लगता है, टॉपिक मुझे आता है, बट क्या लिखना है, और बहुत सारे आइडियाज एक साथ बॉम्बार्ड होने लग जाते हैं, एक साथ फ्लो होने लग जाते हैं, तो वो उस टाइम पे आ ही नहीं पाता कि लिखना क्या है। और प्रीलिम्स में भी यही होता है कि ओवर थिंकिंग होने लग जाती है कि ये भी तो सही हो सकता है, ये भी तो सही हो सकता है।
सलोनी, प्रीलिम्स की जहां तक, as far as comes to prelims, see, first thing is that ये भी सही हो सकता है, ये सब these things will become better with practice and multiple times trying out these things कि ये भी सही हो सकता है या नहीं. I repeat, 33% of the question in prelims will be something, or you can say that every third question will be something which can be solved on the basis of your reading. Then the remaining 30-40 questions will be something that will be you'll have to solve on the basis of your applied learning. And maybe है ना, जिसमें आपको क्या करना रहेगा, पर 30-40 क्वेश्चन आपको आते रहेंगे, उसके बाद this will be pure guesswork, but then this will be sorted by multiple practice and reaffirming how things work for you. Yes, Sakshi ma'am.
Saloni, two things. Number one, अगर आपके मन में क्लियर नहीं हो रहा है that ये भी हो सकता है और वो भी हो सकता है, that actually means कि आपके मन में ये क्लियर नहीं है कि क्या करेक्ट है. Do you get me? वो फिक्स नहीं हो रहा है. That means you have to pick one source and पहले उसको मेमोराइज करो. This could happen because you are appearing in multiple exams. तो सबका अलग अलग कंटेंट हो रहा है, तो आप अलग अलग नजर से सोच लो. वैसा नहीं, pick one book और अब ये बुक मुझे पक्का आती है, उसको सेपरेट करो. Then next subject, उसको खत्म करो. You have to build your baseline. That is the first thing. अगर it is happening in both prelims and mains, then another problem could be that your comprehension of the question is not very clear. मतलब या तो आपको याद नहीं कि मतलब maybe whatever they've asked कि how many oceans are there in the world, या तो आपको याद नहीं कि 5 था कि 6 था, ऐसा, right? Or it could be that the language of the question is something कि उसकी वजह से you're getting confused कि I'm not sure कि ओशन ही पूछा है, इसमें और कोई वाटर बॉडी भी आएगी, सी डी ना जाएगा या नहीं. You get me? It could either be a question level thing or it is a content level thing. I would want that you look for a separate session individually, you discuss your paper or something with me. You have exactly this is happening. Because till the time you're not clear na कि problem किधर है, you won't be able to fix it. Isn't it? So that is something you need to discuss. Sir, please.
Saloni, I think you will need, I think if you are having, this is a fundamental and a basic problem, you may want to come offline once and maybe meet Sakshi ma'am or somebody, because this needs sorting. And don't think that it's a very unique thing to come. मतलब जयपुर से बच्चे आते हैं, और मुझे याद है मेरे ख्याल से तनुश्री मीना एक हमारी स्टूडेंट थी, रैंक 120, कोविड के जस्ट बाद 120 रैंक. तो मैंने उससे कहा कि फोरम का सेंटर भी नहीं है, फिर भी आप मतलब वहाँ पर एनजीपी और ये करते थे. देन शी सेड कि नहीं सर, मुझे जरूरत होती थी. यू विल probably need an intervention with your problem statement. So have you taken foundation classes? So you will have to discuss that separately with a mentor. I think this is an unusual problem that should be taken care of by the second attempt. You should have, by now you should start having specific problems. If we are not having a specific problem, then it means that we are not making progress. So if I meet a fresher, then I ask him what is your problem, he will tell you 10 problems. Then after the second and third problem, 2 years, there should be very specific problem. And maybe a student who's probably a rank holder, and then he's coming to you, he will have only one problem. Jaise main kai baar Siddharth, he's our student, he got into IPS this year, he's got into IAS. All right, so he has a very specific problem. Ethics में number कम है, number बढ़ाने. तो बैठकर क्लास करा, 30 नंबर बढ़े, IAS he is gone. ठीक है, तो एकदम धीरे धीरे सी द लेवल ऑफ योर, हमारा जो प्रॉब्लम सेट है ना, इसका मतलब दो चीज रिफ्लेक्ट करता है कि one is our stage of preparation and second is how much due diligence and things we have, that also shows how many problems you have solved. और आगे बढ़ने के लिए क्या होगा ना कि हमें धीरे धीरे प्रॉब्लम्स सॉल्व करते करते आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, एंड एवरी डे यू विल हैव न्यू प्रॉब्लम्स, बट देन यू नो हाउ टू सॉल्व देम. ठीक है, आई थिंक Shani, New Delhi, you want to say something? It's only 8.
Yes, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir. So, Before beginning, I've been waiting to talk to either of you for a long time, but I couldn't get the courage to come to the center and talk. Or I did not know how does it happen. I don't know the procedure. So I'm only connected online. This was my second attempt from New Delhi. I scored 70 in GS in my first attempt and 67 in CSAT. And in second attempt by forum answer key, I was scoring 84 in GS and 90 plus in CSAT. I have not taken any coaching. In first year, I did everything by myself, which was very draining. I just did SFG first level. And I did not know mentorship bhi milti hai. Mujhe nahi pata tha. Second attempt mein, I was connected for MGP, so I took the advice of mentor. I did SFG first पूरा अच्छे से. SFG second level में सर मेरी गलती है क्योंकि मैंने first month का follow किया. Second month आते आते मुझे लगा कि बहुत pressure पड़ रहा है तो मैंने वो छोड़ा. मैंने simulators पकड़े and I was like revise ज़्यादा करते हैं. Up till now, if asked, I think मेरी दो गलतियां हैं. Vijay, एक, I cannot handle pressure. I missed prelims of 2025 because in the last 10 minutes, I marked 20 questions. मेरा सेट B था जिसमें पॉलिटी के क्वेश्चंस थे. मैंने पॉलिटी के इजी क्वेश्चंस गलती किए. That I could not handle pressure. वहां पे मेरी वो गलती थी. And दूसरा, sir, I feel that SFG I am giving from a long time, but I am not topping it. I am very rarely in top 100 students. I am usually in the वो जो toppers के बाद वाला benchmark आता है light green वाला कि अच्छा do better वो वाला चीज. And I don't honestly like that, but I don't know कि मेरी गलती कहाँ हो रही है. Like why am I not topping after reading books n number of times? I'm not topping it. And one thing that I have understood from this year's damage is that I can no longer rely on my luck or UPSC's benevolence. I have to claim the seat. मतलब छीनना पड़ेगा sir. And last attempt, 2025 or 2026 will be my last attempt. I've decided that for myself. So I am at this point कि जो करना पड़ेगा, I will do. But I just want to clear. मतलब prelims तो पहले clear हो sir because it's a big failure. 2 times you're not clearing prelims. It's a question mark on your preparation. So that is the case.
First thing is that as much it's my job to say, though it is sometimes not possible, that do not associate your self-esteem with your performance in the prelims exam. Some of the most successful people running the, so of course the IAS which runs the country are the ones who have cleared the prelims, mains in the interview, but there are a large number of other people who are successfully running and leading this country. A lot of them may not have cleared the prelims. So do not associate your self-esteem with success or failure in prelims. I have a few hundred students who are in IAS, who are in IPS or IRS and IRTS और खूब अच्छे number 137 marks in ethics. मैं बहुत खुश rank holder है. अगली बार rank improve होगा, then I will put her top rank. और फिर अगली बार prelims नहीं हुआ है उनका. Hundreds of them. मतलब hundreds that number would be 300-400. I'm in touch with selected officers जो परेशान होंगे. ठीक है तो so do not. Having said that, not clearing prelims का it's an indicator over your lack of understanding of the exam. Okay, and sometimes it's also, so I'll tell you one thing. We had a session in residential coaching and I have repeated this often. So I called one of my favorite students. So he was one student who came, after clearing the Indian Administrative Service and he did not get a good cadre. So he said, and he came to me and he said, so there were few people. तो वो लोग 2-3 लोग थे and they said कि sir अब तो I'm thinking of changing my cadre. Then I told him there's a way and means, and he said what? And I suggested to him that you marry right. To which he said, sir, this lady is my wife. She's a teacher. So I want to not take up IAS and I want to write the exam again. So this candidate wrote the exam again. I was a little concerned, a little scared because we did not want this. So back then, a lot of people in the services knew me. My friends were there, a lot of them. So I was worried about my own reputation that Mr. Ayush asked somebody not to take up IAS and made false promises that he will get IAS again. I was worried more about that. I said, let's just be between us. Anyway, he cleared IAS. He got UP cadre. He got UP cadre IPS earlier. Then he got IAS some other state cadre. Then he got IAS UP cadre. So I called him for a session at the residential coaching and he said something wonderful. He said, in the end, you'll all realize that prelims is not beyond a point, not prima facie. First, of course, it's a knowledge game. I mean, the minute I say it's not a knowledge game, people stop studying. So first, of course, it's a knowledge game. It's a memorizing game. I mean, I was so happy when Vishwanathan Anand wrote very famously on Twitter, somebody says memory doesn't mean anything, strategy is the whole thing. And then Vishwanathan Anand could not control himself. He tweeted a wonderful line that I think you should all know. He famously wrote that memorizing is a part of strategizing. The man is a grandmaster. And he told his secret that, beta, I also memorize. मतलब आपको लग रहा होगा कि मैं ग्रैंड मास्टर हूं, मैं शार्प हूं, लेकिन मैं भी मेमोराइज करता हूं. I think if it comes from somebody as authoritative as Mr. Vishwanathan Anand, I mean, there is nothing, there is no second doubts about it. So of course, I'm going to say that first it's a knowledge game, but beyond, once it stops, once you reach a level where it's no longer a knowledge game, you will suddenly realize that prelims exam is a lot about the quality of decisions that you make. I have a wonderful student and I see her doing well. And then again, I'm saying this with respect to my FRC experience. The reason is that earlier my experiences would be Karol Bagh. For the simple reason is people used to stay in Karol Bagh or Rajendra Nagar and you could meet them. Wonderful students like you, they used to stay nearby so we could meet them. Now people have started staying far away. So in FRC, I'm able to meet them at 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. 12:30 बजे भी कभी मिल पाता हूँ, तो इसलिए मुझे उनकी स्टोरीज याद रहती. So I asked this wonderful kid who's bright, who has parents in a good service, and I said that you did not write the test, and then she says I did write it. I says I did not see your name in the topper the rank list. Then she says, sir, actually I get I develop a certain phobia or fear, or I cannot take that pressure. I said, how do you write? He said, sir, I sit in my home, I sit with my laptop, pura. I put my pillow, I put my laptop, get a glass of water, everything I do. And my blood was boiling. First is that we do not rent expensive schools just for that. So it is not marketing expenditure for 4MIS. We know that spending, few lakh rupees for us conducting a single day of exam, for us, it is not a marketing because, I mean, only students who know us will come. It's not like, having a hoarding outside railway station or outside Delhi University that people will come. Freshers will come. It's already people who know, they come. Secondly, what happens is that my thought process is that when she will go there, she will go to a school or she will write it in front of so many people. And then you're always having the pressure of performance and feeling of shame that if you don't perform, that is what propels you to study. I mean, I can tell you with my life experience that it is not greed that motivates people pushes them to work. I mean, in the end, your name is Ishani. So in the end, Aishani. So in the end, you won't. I mean, I tell you, you'll become an IAS officer and you'll have a lot of prestige. The greed is not good enough to make you study. All right, but in the end, what will happen is 2 or 3 things. In the end, when you'll study, or why people in their 5th attempt study, is A, because they're afraid. Now everything starts getting upar se pani, and sometimes it's shame. Why people do most things. I mean, shame, don't think of shame in a negative term, think of it as a method of social control. Why a lot of people don't do bad things is because they're ashamed of being caught doing it. Right? So don't think of shame in a negative manner. Sometimes हम बुरी चीजें नहीं करते क्योंकि हमें सोचते हैं कि लोग क्या. So that's a way of social control. So I was so concerned, and again, she disappointed me with the results because I know that she is not understanding that is a pressure she has to take. And she has to take it so many days before the prelims that in the end, it should not be a pressure point anymore. In the end, वो pressure नहीं होना चाहिए, मतलब लगना नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि इतनी बार वो pressure हो चुका है ना, इतनी बार she has not slept before a test that before the prelims, she's so used to it. Just like we get used to good things and draw normal, such as, for example, having the comfort of home food and air-conditioned room and mom at the press of a call bell. We get used to it so that it becomes normal. Not having it becomes a problem. So similarly, bad things also become a normal. Right? So, ये कहना है कि you cannot run away from that. And I gave you the example of another student. I was worried. She said कि sir मेरा नहीं हो रहा है और SFG कर रही हूँ. Then I forced her literally to do prelims with practical class, and then I missed her with a smiling face. She was there. कि sir इस बार हो गया और mains लिखा है, and after the mains also I met her. So एक दो चीजें हैं. Unless you have compelling reasons not to leave your comfort zone, I would also suggest leave the comfort of your home. I believe you must be staying at home. So you're not.
That is the issue. I am in a hostel. I am in a hostel where if I miss one alarm, I miss the next line. I am in Delhi University hostel because I'm preparing for my thesis. Okay. And I did everything offline this year. SFG first level was online. Apart
Why
from
did we
that,
not see you ever? Did you attend the sessions? I never saw you. I remember people when I see them. I see some very famous vloggers these days. When I see them, they were in the session sometime. They're not vlogging about forum, but they're vlogging about other coachings. I think it's a paid promotion. Forum के बारे में नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन मैंने उनको क्लास में देखा है. I've never. So come down
I have
this.
just attended one session offline. That is the reason. Because I don't come down to Karol Bagh. I'm intimidated by that place. I live in a hostel. I live very near to Mukherjee Nagar. It's just beside. My hostel is just beside. So I give my tests there. I go there. But I don't touch Karol Bagh. And I think it's high time I should.
I'm going to give you a task. Tomorrow, you're going to come to the forum center. This is not a decision you have to take. You have to come and see one of us tomorrow. All right? Fight for yourself. Come before 3 o'clock.
I will be there.
Ishani, I really like fighters. You have to fight for yourself. I understand that, it's scary and everything. But how long are you going to be scared of stuff? I mean, at the end of the day, you're worried about, it has to pale in comparison to the other stuff that you want to do. That's all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, Mr. Nikhil Chopra may be doing, you have to understand that these days, these tests are simulations. I mean, I'm telling you, in residential coaching, the only thing that we're doing is that students are very stressed 2 months before the prelims. We make them very stressed 5 months before the prelims. That's all that we do. So that 2 months before the prelims, things start looking easy. Secondly, if you're doing it at Mukherjee Nagar Center, I still remember only one Hindi medium student was there from Mukherjee Nagar Center. I just want to show it. ये हिंदी मीडियम स्टूडेंट थे. हमें पता था कि एक ही बच्चा है, सो वी कुड नॉट अफोर्ड द ट्रांसलेशन कॉस्ट. सो इंग्लिश में ही पेपर, इनका सॉल्यूशन कोई हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट नहीं होता था. ये पूरा MGP प्रोग्राम भी ही रेड ऑल द सॉल्यूशंस इन इंग्लिश. ही जस्ट केम फॉर मेंटरशिप एंड फॉर द क्वेश्चन पेपर उनके लिए हिंदी में रहता था सिर्फ. अब तो शायद ये भी रहता है फैसिलिटी कि क्वेश्चन पेपर के अलावा सॉल्यूशंस भी रहते हैं. ये बच्चा, ही वाज वन ऑफ द फ्यू कंसिस्टेंट पीपल फ्रॉम देयर मुखर्जी नगर से बहुत बच्चे हुए हैं सिलेक्ट. मतलब वी हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू हाईलाइट देम. विद अंडर 100 रैंक में कम से कम 5 बच्चे हैं, 5-7 बच्चे अंडर 100 रैंक में, उस जहां पर मुझे लगता है कि 40-50 बच्चे ही जहां पर रहते हैं. मतलब तो आयशानी, फर्स्ट इज यू गेट आउट ऑफ योर whatever. See, if sometimes our comfort zone is not your comfort zone, it's then I would call it a mental hellhole. That you're there and you're thinking and you're not able to come off it. So kabhi step out karo, and I can assure you that you will conquer Karol Bagh, Rajendra Nagar. We have seen this happen before, it will happen again. ठीक है. वही बच्चे जब आते हैं तो मतलब even with Ishita Kishore, when she came for the first time after selection, somebody told Kishore वो आ रही, then she left. And then the next time when she came, then we asked क्या हुआ, then she said sir साड़ी पहन कर आ रही थी, and then a lot of students started clicking pictures. तो मैंने कहा बच्चे पहले हमारे से पूछते थे पढ़ना कैसे, अब फोटो खिंचा रहे हैं. हाँ सर, फिर मुझे थोड़ा इंटिमिडेट हो गई, then I ran away. So next time I informed and came. So she came without informing the first time. ठीक है. Yes, Subhashri Sahu. Okay, you've written the mains examination, so I think you are not stuck, at least in the mains. ये prelims में तो अभी नहीं हो, तो आगे अच्छे से करो शुभाश्री. I think प्रियेश कुमार सिंह.
यस सर. सर मैं अभी तमिलनाडु में हूँ.
अच्छा, हाँ, तुम्हें सब कुछ पता है, तो तुम्हें मैं नहीं ज्यादा कुछ बोलूंगा. तो ही इज आवर ऑफलाइन स्टूडेंट. ठीक है, ही जस्ट लेफ्ट फॉर तमिलनाडु. दैट इज ओके. सो आई थिंक साक्षी आप भी पहचान रही होंगी. अब मैं पहचाना. हाँ ठीक है, तो चलो बाकी बच्चों को मौका दो. विशाखा करागी.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. हाँ बोलो बच्चे.
Yes, sir. This year was my second attempt. Last year I had cleared prelims and I wrote mains 2024. But this year I could not clear prelims 2025. My marks were on the edge, especially CSAT. I was getting around 87-90 from multiple keys in GS, but in CSAT I was getting around 65-64. So That's
No, I think
because in Delhi only I moved to Bengaluru in May because my optional is Kannada literature, and I thought last time in mains I got very less in Kannada especially. So I thought maybe I need a physical space with sir where he can guide me properly instead of an online setup. So I moved to Bengaluru in May, and right now I am in Bengaluru itself. I've done everything from forum. I did foundation in 2024, then MGP, I've done SFG, I've done simulators, I've done like almost everything I've done from forum.
So Vishakha, we do not have much to say to you except that this time you have already cleared the prelims once, so you know what you did. And I think the second time what must have happened is a little momentary lapse. We think we see your failure in prelims as a anecdotal incidence and not a permanent structural feature of your preparation, because you've written the
Sir, I got very scared in GS. Like I did 3 silly mistakes, and in CSAT also I'm getting the answer, but I didn't read the options right. Like the statement options, I didn't read them right, so maybe I got very scared and I could not handle the pressure. Maybe that's what happened. Because in SFG also I would be in either in green or in yellow, and in simulators I was getting 90, 100 plus. On the exam day, it happens.
Okay, that is okay. If at all you have any, I think you don't need. Yes, Nagaraj will come to you. So I think you are a little sorted. बस ये है कि prelims के लिए make sure that you write all the simulators. SFG करना है करो, but simulators को थोड़ा सा कर लेना, and try to go to the exam center when you do it. I think we have a center right now in Bangalore, not a very well-formed center, but at least. So, and don't put yourself in this situation. Lastly, if at all you feel any major pressure कि लग रहा है कि ये नहीं हो रहा है या घर से, तो फिर you are a foundation student, you will get some privileges. अगर होगा तो फिर FRC में move कर जाना. So the cost of living there will be the same as moving to Delhi. But again, that's a call that you may take. If that's in a rare of case where you feel that दिक्कत हो रही है, मतलब उतनी पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है, वहां पर हम you will. Do you have eligibility for forest, Vishakha?
No, sir.
Okay, fair enough. Then you don't need that much because you will be able to वहां से कर लोगे आप. मुझे लगता है आपको दिक्कत नहीं होगी.
I have 2 specific doubts. One is I think I am not so good at CSAT compared to GS. So I was thinking to take classes again, like maybe from December or something. Right now I am completely focusing on mains and my optional. And for CSAT I thought I should join a class again. And one more thing is, since I was in Delhi for 2 years and I've moved to Bengaluru, and I'm not finding Bengaluru as good as Delhi, and I feel like coming back. But then I don't want to leave my optional as well. Like here, although this is my home state, I feel, I have no proper group. And since I've written mains, I feel like I have a little more knowledge compared to other people here, and they are, busy giving other exams like PCS or SS testing. So I'm not able to find a good peer group, and I feel kind of alone here, and I feel like coming back to Delhi. But I am in a dilemma, like optional karu ya Delhi jao, kya karu?
Sakshi ma'am, you can go ahead.
Sir, I remember Shakha pehle to you have to look after your health. I don't want you falling sick right before the exam and getting heat exhaustion and everything. So that is why I remember you have to go home. The second thing is, let's see, you see the symptoms of your problems. Okay, I want to do my optional, but I need a peer group also. That is already pointing you to a solution. Finish your optional and go to FRC. Solve your problems now. You see the symptoms, now move towards the next step. Yes. And you've always been good at giving your exams. Test me, everything was okay. We've analyzed everything. All is fine. But you went home. You were feeling very uncomfortable here in the heat, and I remember you falling sick again and again. That's why we decided that you must go home for your health and safety. You have to look after yourself. And number 2, your symptoms are pointing to your solutions.
When does the FRC start?
FRC admissions will close in a month. Actually, they have started already. So you'll get a mail. So it was privately, the admissions have started. So, but whenever you get the form, please mention that you are a foundation student. So that will, and see, two things are there. The overriding priority has to be given to health, which means that because because it is a hygiene factor, it's a minimum enabler. Which means that if you have everything else but you don't have health, then no matter what you have does not matter. That's the only reason why I not want you to come anywhere with the Delhi or FRC. And having said that, see, I mean, I had one student write to me. So there is from Karnataka. You are from Karnataka, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
I think 20. Sachin is there, rank 41. Is it this year or last year? Sachin. Is he from 2025 or 24? I think he's from 24. Sorry, 24. Yeah. So we met him. So he was sitting in the prelims failure session only before that. And and why I'm saying this is, it's not that I want to pull everyone to Delhi or to Farsi. The thing is that we met. I had a student, I was checking the mail. I had a student send me screenshot ki sir ye prelims ke baad wo jo session hota usme video hai na, thoda sa jingle, they play the jingle and show all the students. So there itself he was sitting, and that's where we have met him with the prelims, and then coming all the way from Bangalore, then slowly clearing the prelims, then the mains and the interview and getting a rank 41. So it's not being done from Bangalore. Dude, all throughout, hum dekh rahe hain ki ye pure saal Delhi mein hi tha. So what I'm saying is a good peer group, and we also feel that that problem you will face. I have stayed in Bangalore and I've been to Bangalore, so I know this. That unfortunately, see, it's an all India exam, so it will need an all India competition has to be simulated. I mean, though everywhere in Bangalore, Mr. Sachin with rank 41, he may be there, but मैं पूरे साल उसको, चाहे वो GSAP को orientation हो, चाहे वो हर क्लास या mentorship session में, वो हमेशा पूरे टाइम सेंटर पे थे वो. ठीक है. तो दिल्ली में ही है.
I am not eligible for FRC, I thought, because I had read that it is for aspirants who has not cleared prelims twice.
Which is why you said that when you apply, you say you're a foundation student. Foundation students will get a lot of exemptions.
Okay.
Foundations, because foundation student up ho. So see, the reason is, the promise there is that was when the first batch we started, we did not take a single person like that. I think Snehit Chakka was one person with rank 94. We took him in FRC. He was our old student. So, but the reason was that he was an old student. And secondly, we did not take anyone with that because we wanted ourselves to be academically rigorous. So now, for our internal as well as the team's motivation, we have shown them that from a group of with 100 people, with 80-85 people writing the exam, we got, I think, 40-46 people will write the mains exam from that group, from which nobody had cleared. So now we would not have that criteria for going ahead for FRC. Simply because we cannot stop our old FRC students from being there, right? Like, they will want to be there because it's a good campus, and you're getting all the amenities plus a very competitive peer group. And forums philosophy has also not been key. Once somebody has done coaching, then throw him out from the building. That has not been there. Like, people have been with forum and then they have cleared this exam, everyone. So they've taken their baby steps and they've, yes,
you commit to forum commits to you.
Yes.
So I have one more thing to say. I had given a APCAT, which is Air Force Common Admission Test, and I had just given it. I had not prepared or something, and I cleared the entrance test, and I have the SSB next month. So I thought of giving that as well, and I have applied to CAT as well, because I could not take the failure well, because in my first attempt I cleared, and I was quite young. I mean, I was very young, but then I could not take the failure well. So I applied for every exam that was there. But I have given APCAT and I have applied for CAT, and I want to give that as well. What would you suggest?
Sakshi ma'am?
If you want to go to SSB, are you running? Are you worrying about your fitness or no? You are not going to clear an exam without preparing for it. Your UPSC preparation can help you get through pre, but SSB is very tough. So make sure you know what you're getting yourself into and focus on what you want. You were worried about flunking earlier. Now your mind is clear. Enough? commit to what you want. You also commit to what you want. है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, बोलो दीपांशु बोलो. I think.
Hello, sir. Actually, I really wanted to meet you and ma'am to discuss about my preparation. Like this year, I was graduated from the college, and simultaneously, I gave my first attempt. In May, like on 23rd May, I had my college exam, and on 25th of May, I had my prelims. So as per the forum key, I was getting 95 up in GS, but couldn't qualified because of the CSAT. So then I enrolled in the MGP because I wanted to complete my mains syllabus. So simultaneously, I'm doing my mains with MGP and making my notes. And what I targeted for myself is to score 50 plus in all sectional tests. And I met Asif sir also and discussed about my the structure of the answer and all that. But sir, I'm facing issue in like still there is a dilemma in my, like there is a like haunting memory of a failing prelims CSAT because I am from a humanities background, and like last month I got the fellowship in a very prestigious Mukherjee fellowship for the political consultancy, and that was a leap in my career, but I left it just because I was not prepared for like the mains part, and I wanted to give a 1 year to this preparation. And wanted to prepare my whole comprehensive. So still it haunts me like you are doing right or not, or you left such a good thing just you left just to prepare for mains and still preparing for CSAT. So what I feel is like, sir, like my question is that how should I move forward from here? Like it's October. And what should I do from here onwards, sir and ma'am?
Don't live in the world of what ifs. See, number one, if you know your problem is CSAT, take the next step. Find a way to fix your CSAT. I want you to have a book to solve. I want you to have a class to solve. Isn't it? If you know you're bad at CSAT, then start working on it. That is one thing. And the second thing is, if you said no to this wonderful fellowship, now you have said no. So we have crossed that bridge. The more you ruminate about it, do you understand? You know how the cow eats grass and then keeps chewing it, swallows, then pukes it out and chews again, and then stop doing that to yourself. You're being unkind to yourself by constantly questioning your decision. The decision has been taken, and it's not that you've done it just to prepare for mains. It was important to you, that's why you've done it. You have said, see, back then you had your clear reason. Tabhi to you said no. I am very clear. Now that it is becoming difficult, now you're like, isse acha wahi kar lete. It would have been better. We do not live in La La Land imaginary world. I have my present. I have made my decisions. The correctness of a decision is on basis of whether or not you prove it to be correct. I say it again. People think that you make a decision and that decision itself is right or wrong. No. You have committed to your decision, you have decided. Abhi, you have to do the work which is necessary to that decision to prove your decision right now. When sir is saying there are people who say and resign from IS itself to get what they want, you have to do a CSAT ka class. Isn't it? So then do it. Sir, please.
Lastly, Anika ma'am has some classes of CSAT going. I think they are good, they are wonderful. So, मेरे हिसाब से उसको कर लो. Dipanshu. Second is that I'm not sure you're doing MGP, but I'd also recommend that GSAP ko dekhna hai to dekh lo, because MGP is something that tries to see how you have read and then provides you very good answers, and people have been able to clear it with that. I'm not going to say that they have not cleared it, but you need to quickly build content. So GSAP classes are going on right now. If especially in available offline mode, GSAP may I think you'll have some classes. Limited number of classes will happen and you'll run through all the important areas of the syllabus, at least all the PYQs. Again, the purpose of coaching, you have to be very clear. The purpose of coaching, has to finish things fast and save your time. That is the first thing. It's not that in social sciences, everything can be done by oneself. It's not maths except few subjects which can never be done by themselves, such as economics, such as, for example, geography, where if you either understand or you don't understand. There's nothing like in between. So you have to also save that time to GSAP classes, and इन चीजों के क्लासेस कर लो. People who have clear, you cannot wait for doing this in yet another year and yet another year. It cannot be, you cannot take those, you don't have the bandwidth or the time to take those baby steps all the time. I can tell you that Sakshi ma'am also and sirs, when we were having our Sakshi, we had a very clear idea that this person has done a foundation. He is going to pick it faster. While there are no rules, I'm not going to say there are rules, but there definitely are best practices. I'm not going to say there's a rule that somebody must have done a foundation. People do it all the way. There are no rules, but best practice. So we would see that people did have a trouble picking up. And while all of us want to reach the same finishing line, that is getting a single digit or a double digit rank in the services, but our starting points are very different. And we cannot, so we will have to boost, our preparation, and we'll have to take courses, and it will impact your mind. It will change you forever. Okay, abhi to, I think me and Sakshi are having paper 4 classes, I think 6th and then Thursday 7th, 6th, and then 8th, 9th, 3 classes are there. I think it's at 3 p.m. Earlier I thought it was at 5 p.m., but I've been told it's at 3 p.m. Okay, it's at 3 p.m. So, so usko karo, it will change things. And as I said now, even for GSAP or ethics class, we have more students who are selected who will probably take a class than somebody who has never appeared for the main. Simply because the person who is having a rank, he is very clear that what he wants, and he only wants a single digit rank or a double digit rank because he has everything else. Right? So isko thoda samajhna. Let it not be a very well kept secret among selected students. It should be something that should be. Saurav, you may go ahead. I think we are unable to hear from Nagraj.
Hello, sir.
Saurav, go ahead.
It was my first attempt, and I got 92 from forum answer key in GS. CSAT में मेरे नंबर सर 67 थे, तो इस वजह से मेरा सिलेक्शन मुझे लगता है कि 67 या 68 रह गए हैं. और अभी मैंने MGP ज्वाइन किया हुआ है, मतलब मुखर्जी नगर सेंटर पे MGP में कर रहा हूँ. लेकिन जो प्रीलिम्स का जो फियर है वो मेरे अंदर बहुत ज्यादा बैठ गया, तो मैं एक्चुअली आई कांट हैंडल इट. कैसे करना है?
तो कई बार क्या है, सबसे पहला सलाह तो बहुत ज्यादा अपने बारे में मत सोचो, ठीक है. Otherwise what will happen is we'll end up worrying about problems that don't exist. Prelims अभी है नहीं. अभी आपको बहुत सिंगल हैंडेडली ये सोचना है कि ये मेंस के पेपर अगर मैंने नहीं लिखे तो ये कोर्स भी एक्सपायर हो जाएगा और पेपर बाद में लिख भी नहीं पाएंगे. तो अभी ये करना है. दूसरी बात कि अगर हमें डर लगता है प्रीलिम्स से, तो हम दिसंबर से तैयारी शुरू करेंगे. SFG होगा मुखर्जी नगर सेंटर पे. आपके सामने बच्चे ने कहा कि मैं SFG में टॉप 50 में रहता था. यू हैव अ गुड रोल मॉडल. देखो बच्चे लाइफ में कई बार आगे बढ़ना है, स्पेशली civil services is not an preparation is not an arena where you need innovation to clear. What you have to do is, it is a well charted path. People have done it and they've solved. It's like probably Hillary and Tenzing had a problem climbing Mount Everest, but once they climbed it, it should be easy for all of us क्योंकि रास्ता बना हुआ होगा. Then it will be our grit, our fitness, our commitment to the cause. मतलब ये problem of all challenges in conquering Mount Everest today, the one problem that you should not have is कि मैं चढ़ तो लेता एवरेस्ट पे लेकिन मुझे रास्ता पता
नहीं था.
एग्जाम में मैंने वीडियो दिखाने का पर्पस ये था कि उस बच्चे ने बड़े इंटेलिजेंटली आकर वो इंटरव्यू स्टेज पर आकर मुझसे मिल रहा है ना. चित्रकूट का बच्चा है.
यस सर, अर्पित
है ना. हाँ, अर्पित. तो वो इसलिए भी क्योंकि मैं कई बार उसका भी मैंने रील देखा जब वो बिल्कुल गाड़ी पर बैठकर, है ना, गाना वाने बज रहे हैं, है ना. तो थोड़ा वो दुखी था मुखर्जी नगर से. तो मैंने पूछा कि क्या बात है, तो बोला कि सर आप ऐसे यहाँ पर चल रहे हैं. मुखर्जी नगर में कम से कम अगर आप रहते तो 4-5 गार्ड्स रहते आपके आसपास. तो वो गार्ड्स नहीं रखते हैं. तो मेरा ये कहना है सौरभ कि इन चीजों का अभी वरी नहीं करना. अभी ये वरी करो कि MGP में पहले तो टेस्ट को लिखो, उसके पोस्ट फैक्टर सॉल्यूशंस को देखो और उसके बाद उस टॉपिक पर 1-2 आर्टिकल्स पढ़ो ताकि यू आर गेटिंग बेटर पर्सपेक्टिव्स. एंड सेकेंडली, जब प्रीलिम्स होगा एक टारगेट ये रख लो कि प्रीलिम्स करने के पहले मैं या तो टूल किट सॉल्व कर लूंगा PYQ और इसका.
सर एक्चुअली हिंदी मीडियम में तो मतलब थोड़ा सा
नहीं आया. हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं हिंदी माध्यम का कितनी जल्दी कर सके. ठीक है, अगर होता है तो.
सर करंट अफेयर का अगर क्लासेस मतलब प्रोवाइड हो जाए, क्योंकि करंट अफेयर में कोई ऐसा सोर्स नहीं है जिससे कि आप कंप्लीट कर सको बेटर तरीके से.
ठीक है, हम इसके बारे में देखते हैं हिंदी माध्यम के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं, और ऑनलाइन मोड में भी हो सकेगा तो वो काफी रुचिकर रहेगा। हमारे मन में ये भी एक बात
सीसैट का शुरू हुआ है, तो वहाँ पे मतलब सीसैट मैंने देखा है, वो मैं ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ अभी रिसेंट में, तो वो बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम हुआ सर, मतलब उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से उसको कैरी किया है कि सीसैट बहुत बढ़िया है।
ठीक है, तो हम कोशिश करते हैं कि हम इसमें भी कुछ कर पाए। ठीक है, नागराज, योर क्वेश्चन इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू वर्किंग कैंडिडेट्स। ठीक है, सो आई थिंक वी विल हैव टू take it separately. This is for all the people who have not cleared prelims, because what will be relevant for you will not be relevant for. So let us have a call another time. या साक्षी मैम आपको एक बार गाइड कर देंगे। हाँ बोलो।
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, I came to forum after my 3 failed attempts in 2022 end, and after that I got to know about SFG and all. And while giving 2023 attempt, I gave it in online mode. सर एनालिसिस वगैरह उसका अच्छे से नहीं हो पाया, बट फिर उसके बाद 23 के बाद मैंने रिसर्च की क्लासेस की, एथिक्स की क्लासेस भी ऑनलाइन की, AWFG भी पिछले साल लिखा सर। और 24 का जो मैं SFG है, आई गिव I stay in Mayur Vihar, so every day I traveled at 6 a.m. to the Karol Bagh Center and gave exam offline mode. So 24 में I scored around 70 marks in GS and 80 marks in GS2. Sir, so this is my last attempt. I am trying to complete all the MVP tests, writing essays also. Or sir, I'm facing pressure while completing the paper, and also since it is my last attempt, so I need to complete my mains by December. So there is extra added pressure of completing mains, and also of past failures of prelims. I'm getting that also. So what should be my way ahead, sir?
So Shashank, very simply I will tell it that you have to settle for perfection, that is trying to do 100%, but you have to also be, you have to pursue perfection but settle for excellence, or even what is good. So you may not be able to complete all of your syllabus of means, है ना। एक तो क्या है बच्चे, जीवन का एक सूत्र बना लो, 2 चीजें होती, एक डर डर के जीना और एक घुट घुट कर जीना। ठीक है, तो घुट घुट के तो शायद जीना पड़े, because there will always be something that you will not get in life. Somebody who's not clearing exam is unhappy because he's not getting into service. Somebody in service but is unhappy because he's not getting IAS. Somebody is in IAS but unhappy because he's not getting state cadre. Somebody is having both. He's worried that IAS is home state but he's not able to marry from his choice. Somebody is having all the 3 and he is worried about something else. ठीक है, so तो एक तो ये घुट घुट के जीना, ये तो तुमको कुछ ना कुछ चीजों में यू विल हैव समथिंग मिसिंग इन लाइफ। दूसरा है डर डर के जीना, वेयर यू आर ऑलवेज अफ्रेड ऑफ समथिंग। तो पहले तो दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज कंप्लीटली, फियर इज अ रिएक्शन।
यस सर,
ऑलराइट, फियर इज अ रिएक्शन। घुट घुट के जीने में फिर भी द डिप्रेवेशन में भी रियल, दो इट इज मोस्टली इमेजिनरी, बट द डिप्रेशन में, बट फियर इज अ कंप्लीट रिएक्शन। तो पहले तो भी यू डिसाइड व्हाट यू हैव टू डू टिल December and try to do 100% of it, and even if you're able to do 50-60% of it, you're sorted. Second is that the biggest hurdle for anybody who has not cleared the prelims remains prelims.
Yes, sir.
Uske liye very sorted out, as you've heard some people say, first is you begin from December, and this time you have to say that it's my 6th attempt. So technically I'm the senior most candidate writing the paper.
Yes,
if I'm writing, I better be in top 100. You have to tell this to yourself.
Yes, sir.
Once you do this, then you start thinking कि better be, पिछले साल का SFG का पेपर है, ये हम सॉल्व करके पहले से दिसंबर के आएंगे, हम टूल किट सॉल्व करके आएंगे, हम रात भर जागेंगे, हम रात भर पेपर लगाएंगे। ठीक है, when the orientation for FRC 5 was happening, तो ये अभिषेक शर्मा was taking the orientation। ठीक है, मतलब उस समय रिजल्ट नहीं आया था, बस प्रीलिम्स क्लियर हुआ था उनका।
Yes, sir.
तो मुझे याद है कि कुछ बच्चों ने पूछा ना कि so they said what was your schedule? He said कि मैं 1-2 बजे तक पढ़ता था, फिर सुबह 5 बजे उठकर पढ़ता था। So when this was said, then the student says, don't you think 8 hours of sleep, health, life balance, ये बहुत कुछ बोला। फिर उस बच्चे ने एक अच्छी बात बोली कि मेरा नहीं हुआ था प्रीलिम्स में, क्या करता, या तो मैं बढ़िया से सोता, हेल्थ वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस करता, सब कुछ कर लेता, हेल्दी लिविंग, आंख पर कुकुम्बर रखता, डीप ब्रीथिंग करता, या तो मैं ये सब करता, मैं पेपर ही निकाल लेता। मेरे पास ऑप्शन नहीं था। अगर मेरा आराम से निकल रहा होता, then why would I work so hard for prelims? लेकिन मेरी लाइफस्टाइल यही थी, क्योंकि एक तो वो टाइट भी था, 7-8 घंटे क्लास होती थी, उसके बाद टेस्ट होता था, उसके टॉक्सिक कंपटीशन जो भी कह लो वो रहता था, your people are judging you on the basis of that, so you are always on your toes, you are not relaxed like कि आराम से है ना कि कब उठना है तो जब नींद खुलेगी तब, कब सोना है जब नींद आ जाएगी तब. That was not the case. People used to wash their face with water and then study, because on some days in life, चाहे वो यूपीएससी की तैयारी में करो, चाहे आईएएस बनने के बाद, कलेक्टर बनने के बाद वो करो. कल प्राइम मिनिस्टर का इंटोरेज आ रहा है, सुबह 7 AM वो लैंड कर जाएंगे, तो यू हैव टू बी अवेक ऑल नाइट, यू कांट डू दैट. ये काम करना पड़ेगा. The person elected by 140 who has the mandate to rule this country by 140 crore Indians, and he is arriving at 7 AM. वो 4 बजे उठ जाते हैं, वहां से फ्लाइट से निकल जाएंगे. तुम्हारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है, तुम क्या करोगे? तो ये करना पड़ता है. They will be जिसको कहते हैं आपदा प्रबंधन या डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट. So what will happen? It is raining, started raining at 2 AM. By 4 AM it's flooded. You'll have to do it. तो ये नहीं कहोगे ना कि whatever needs to be done you have to do. Secondly, you have this principle very clear that if you cannot run, you walk. If you cannot walk, you crawl, but by all means keep moving.
Yes, sir.
Nobody is able to run every day. It's not possible. But is it possible to move every day? Yes, that is possible. Okay, Karo, this should be your solution. Yes. Last, I think, last by Saurav Singh. Nagraj, we sent you a mail, so we will have a chat with you later. Okay. Saurav, bolo. Turn on your camera.
Yes, sir.
I think Saurav, we have already done. हाँ, बोलो last question.
सर, मतलब मुझे इकोनॉमिक्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा पूछना है कि इकोनॉमिक्स का जो करंट अफेयर और बाकी मतलब स्टैटिक पोर्शन भी है, तो इसमें मुझे थोड़ा सा मेमोराइज करने में प्रॉब्लम होती है. मतलब व्हाट कैन आई फाइंड बेस्ट?
Two things are there. One is economics, the second is memorizing. I'll tell you the memorizing solution. Memorizing is the easiest thing on the planet. So most people when they begin their तैयारी ना, वो हमेशा मुझसे आकर या मैम से आकर ये कहते हैं कि मैम हमसे दिमाग का कुछ भी करवा लो, लेकिन याद नहीं होता है. तो मैं पहले दिन ही कह देता हूँ कि अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि you can clear this exam by using your brains, then you have already lost it, because brains के मामले में you are not the best. Brains के अगर ये एग्जाम सिर्फ brains का रहता तो ऑलरेडी एप्टीट्यूड के इतने लोग हैं कि भाई एम्स का रैंक 1 और जेई का रैंक 1 और नीट का रैंक 1 वो ले आते, तुम्हारी जरूरत नहीं होती.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so why you have a chance at clearing this exam is because it will require more skill set than one. That is not just you have to be intelligent to some extent, but you also have to memorize. बहुत simple है. Whatever you cannot memorize, put it in a table, LHS or left hand side, and put something on RHS and right hand side. है ना? So you do not know which state has highest number of Ramsar wetlands. You put it on one side and names. Then you ask, तुम्हें time pass करने आए, है ना? तो उससे पूछो LHS, बोलो कि you tell me the LHS, मैं RHS बताऊंगा. कभी RHS पूछ लो, क्या होगा? दोस्त भी भाग जाएगा और चीजें भी याद रहेंगी.
यस सर.
है ना? तो
इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए सर मतलब क्या?
इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए we do not particularly have a module as of now. तो आप देखो कोई भी आपके आसपास जो हिंदी माध्यम में कहीं भी जो पॉपुलर मॉड्यूल्स चलते हैं, आप उसको रेफर करो. इकोनॉमिक्स, ज्योग्राफी, ये सब टॉट सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, which means that you will have trouble doing it on your own.
Yes, sir.
तो कहीं
last year I joined मतलब प्रीलिम्स टेस्ट सीरीज, तो मैं क्या एसएफजी और प्रीलिम्स दोनों इस साल ज्वाइन करूं या मतलब एसएफजी इनफ है?
तो करो, डेफिनेटली दे आर नॉट अल्टरनेटिव. एसएफजी का क्या है कि डेली प्रैक्टिस है और सिमुलेटर्स आर फुल लेंथ, वो प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा. उसके अलावा भी मैं ये भी कहूंगा कि जो ओपन टेस्ट समझ में आ रहा है वो दो. मतलब तुम्हारे पास और कोई काम भी नहीं है और फुल टाइम प्रिपेयरिंग, राइट? फुल टाइम प्रिपेयरिंग तो क्वेश्चंस ही नहीं होने चाहिए. ये वैसी बात है कि निखिल चोपड़ा हैज टू थ्रो जैवलिन्स और वो ये पूछेगा ओलंपिक में गोल्ड मेडल उसको विन करना है, और वो कहेगा कि अभी तो 4 डेज कर रहा हूँ, 5 डेज करना चाहिए क्या? तो वो वर्ल्ड में नंबर 1 तुम्हें होना है तो तुमको क्या करना है? वैसे तुम्हारे बेंचमार्क्स वहां से आएंगे. अगर आपका क्लियर हो रहा होता तब ये सब सवाल होते हैं, है ना?
यस
सर कम से कम बताइए, क्योंकि प्रीलिम्स तो क्लियर हो गया है, मेंस का देखना है, तो क्या एसएफजी करूं या एडम या ये कर लो? जब नहीं हुआ है तो सब कुछ करना है.
थैंक यू.
So wonderful having all of you. I'll just repeat something. अभी जो मेंस का करना है, you do it till December. From December we'll switch gears. You please, if you are doing SFG, you have heard people, you have to get multiple times under 100 ranks. ठीक है? Whether it is, so Vishakha, you are from foundation. I had a student join in foundation. Nidhi Chaudhary is her name. So when she came in December, October, November के बाद की बात है, शायद दिसंबर में आई थी या नवंबर में. It was winter. मुझे लगा इससे मैं ये फाउंडेशन करने आई है. She may not be a very sincere candidate, but she was simply a person who did not have much idea. She came from Alwar, जहाँ हमारा कैंपस भी है। तो मैंने कहा फाउंडेशन करो लेकिन तुम 2 क्लासेस एक दिन में खत्म करना, एंड शी डिड इट। फिर एसएफजी में आई जस्ट सेड यू शुड बी प्रॉब्ली गेटिंग मल्टीपल टाइम्स, मतलब मैंने कहा मीनल कर्णवाल का शायद उन्होंने देखा था, मैंने कहा मीनल के तो 8 रैंक आती थी, 30 आती, तो शी वाज वन डे शी ब्रोक डाउन सेइंग कि मेरी तो उतनी अच्छी रैंक नहीं आई, बट शी शोड अप एवरी डे। तो वंस एक्चुअली व्हाट हैपेंड इज शी वाज लीविंग फॉर लबासना, तो मैं वी जस्ट हैविंग अ रिकॉल, आई थिंक मैंने एक बुक भी उनको दिया था, उन्हीं को मैंने बुक दिया था जो जिसके बारे में मुझे लगता है कि चेतन ने अभी बोला था, मुझे एक मैसेज भेजा है कि सर यू रिकमेंडेड अ बुक, तो मैंने उन्हें एक बुक दिया था। तो एनीवे, सो शी रिकॉल्ड कि सर क्या हुआ कि मैं नवंबर में या दिसंबर में आई थी, मैं उस समय फाउंडेशन किया, और मैंने फिर एसएफजी के समय में सीढ़ियों पर आई वाज ब्रोकन डाउन लिटरली कि भाई मेरे तो मीनल मैम के तो 8th और 30th रैंक आते थे, मेरी तो कंपनी नहीं आती है। बट 1 year later एटलीस्ट आई हैड माई इंटरव्यू कॉल फ्रॉम यूपीएससी, उस समय दिसंबर में कॉल आ गया था। I did not clear that year finally. Next year she cleared it, but at least I had that. ठीक है, तो आपको भी सबको यही कहूंगा कि जिन लोगों को लगता है एसएफजी करना है, एसएफजी अच्छे से करो और टॉप करना होगा। ये नहीं कि एसएफजी कर रहे हैं लेकिन रैंक नहीं आ रही, एंड यू हैव टू टेल योरसेल्फ कि मैंने 1-2 बार किया हुआ है तो 1-2 बार रैंक आनी चाहिए, नॉट टू एश्योर क्लियरिंग प्रीलिम्स बट फॉर योर ओन डिग्निटी। मतलब इफ समबडी आस्क्स व्हाई शुड यू गेट अ टॉप रैंक, तो ये इसलिए नहीं क्योंकि प्रीलिम्स नहीं होगा, अपनी भी इज्जत कुछ होती है कि 2 साल से कर रहे हैं और नए बच्चे आएंगे, फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट वाले आएंगे और नंबर ला रहे हैं और हम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। ठीक है, और दूसरी चीज ये कि अगर लगता है वहां पर कोई दिक्कत है तो प्रीलिम्स प्रिपरेटरी क्लासेस करेंगे, बिकॉज सम पीपल टेक सम मोर टाइम। लास्टली, अगर उसमें से स्पेशली फॉर कैंडिडेट्स हु आर इन देयर अर्ली अटेम्प्ट्स अगर लग रहा है कि एटमॉस्फेयर मिसिंग है, ठीक है, और एकेडमिक क्रेडेंशियल्स आपके अच्छे हैं, तो फिर एफआरसी के लिए अप्लाई करिए और 5 महीने में वहां पर प्रीलिम्स विल नॉट बी अ प्रॉब्लम लार्जली, और अगर प्रॉब्लम रहेगी तो आपको पहले से पता चल जाएगा, प्लस यू विल नो व्हाट इट टेक्स। मतलब वहां पर लोग पढ़ रहे होंगे तो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि लोग जान लगा कर बैठे हुए हैं, तो है ना, सो योर बेंचमार्क्स विल रेज। सो दैट इज ऑल, वंडरफुल इंटरेक्टिंग विद ऑल ऑफ यू। जो करो अच्छे से करो, और अभी बर्नआउट ज्यादा 12-14 घंटे नहीं, लेकिन एनीवेयर मिनिमम 6 days ऑन बैड डेज एंड ऑन गुड डेज एटलीस्ट 10 घंटे होना चाहिए। ऑन 1 day इन अ वीक जाओ, मस्ती करो, मूवी देखो, ताकि यू हैव एनफ गिल्ट टू प्रोपेल यू थ्रू द वीक। इतनी शर्म आनी चाहिए संडे नाइट को कि मंडे से सैटरडे अच्छी पढ़ाई करो, है ना। So that is all wonderful interacting with you, and I'm telling you why we decided to have this session is long back मुझे लगता था ये फेलियर सेमिनार कर रहा हूँ, 11-11:30 बजे I was taking a mock interview. So this gentleman was seated, he was in the NPA that time. So I asked him that how did you come to forum? He said कि सर मैं फेलियर सेमिनार में ही आया था और उसके शायद एथिक्स क्लासेस में आया था, वहीं से मेरी जर्नी चेंज हुई, मतलब प्रीलिम्स फेलियर के बाद में आया था, वहीं से मेरी जर्नी हुई। अभी एनपीए में हूँ, आईपीएस में हूँ। I did not meet him later, उस बच्चे से बाद में मिला नहीं। So that is the reason, क्योंकि मुझे भी लग रहा था ये सब करने से कोई फायदा होता है या नहीं, but I met one student at least who said कि सर उसके बाद हमारा सिलेक्शन हुआ। और फिर सचिन का मैं देख रहा था, एक बच्ची ने मुझे मेल भेजा था कि सर वो प्रीलिम्स वाले सेशन वगैरह में वहाँ फोरम में बैठे थे। So wonderful to have all of you. From here the journey should only be upwards. All right, and don't worry about problems you cannot solve. Sometimes the problems will solve by consistent effort. Sometimes make sure that you should not be complaining that I have hit the hammer on the nail, but it's still not gotten there. My answer is you hit one more time until it gets there. कुछ और करने से नहीं होगा, हथौड़े को नेल पर मारने से अंत में it may some people it may do it with 3 strikes of the hammer, किसी को 5 strike, किसी को 25 strike. लेकिन if you want to put a nail in the wall and you will have a hammer, then you use your hammer. All right, chalo, wonderful interacting with all of you. Thank you so much, class.